Here we are. More Cowbell, the Mississippi State podcast brought to you one last time by SEC Country. We are here in the SEC Country studios, which I guess will look like a landfill in about 3 or 4 hours. No, I guess they're continuing some shows here. Not mine. Not mine at all. More Cowbell, the Mississippi State podcast. Hello, Joy Dees. Hello, Jennifer Tipton. Bonnie is here. Steve C. is here. For our last go-round here on SEC Country, this show will never look like this again. I don't know if that's good or bad, but we'll definitely see. Hail State from Saltillo, Mac McBrayer. Ginger Tuck says, hey. Hello, Ginger Tuck. Hello, Heather and Jay Hammers. Hello, Terry Williams Graham. Keith D. Ferguson says it's the last day party. It is indeed. Get the bleep buttons ready. Hail State from Indianola, Mississippi. Last ride, says Derek Myers. Matthew E. Barrett just gives me a heart emoji. Well, thank you, Matthew E. Barrett. Big old Hail State from Shannon. When can we watch your new show? I will announce that at the end of this show. Point City, hello. Carolyn Crane Lindley checking in from Dallas. Trey Adcock is here. Hail State. Hail State from Arkansas. Or, I'm sorry, she's somewhere else. D. Curtis. Gonna miss this? Well, you'll just miss it for about a week. I'll be back July 9th. July 9th, we'll be back. Checking in for the last time on SEC Country. Barry Moore's, that's Tracy Davis. Hello from Asheville, Barry Moore. Richard Wright from Kingsport, Tennessee. Hail State from Vardman, Mississippi, the sweet potato capital of the world. Hail State from Mobile. Hail State from I-55 says Sinbad, Mills River, North Carolina. That's Bob Giles. Starkville checking in. That's Jacob Davenport. Hello from Slidell, Louisiana. Who is that? Deborah McGar Walls. Ending the show with Good Riddance by Green Day. Hail State from Tupelo, Daniel Browning. I don't think we've got music at the end of the day. I think it'll just be me ending the show as I always do. We'll bring Landshark and Terp out here if you guys want to ask them questions later on. Terp got a haircut, and Landshark brushed her hair. So both took equal amounts of commitment, I believe. Terp had to actually go somewhere and pay somebody money, and Landshark had to lift her hand and do it, which if the previous 3 days this week are any indication, it was tougher than you would think. Is this your final show here, Dan Glenn? Yes. Hope you have some midday content. This is my lunch break every day. And where's a kid today? I didn't bring a kid today because, I might have an exit interview. I got a lot of other stuff to do. This is my last day in the building, so they got to get all my stuff. Got to give them my computer back, or at least the fake computer that I brought here today for them. Hail State from Summerville, South Carolina. Somebody said, what's your future? Or you have a bright future. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Hail State from Shaw, Mississippi, over there in the Delta. Praying all goes well for you, Brandon. Wish you the very best, says Junior Ray. I appreciate that. I can't believe Arkansas missed that pop-up. Cole Bailey. There were 2 outs in the top of the 9th. In the College World Series Championship Series, Game 2, Arkansas up 3-2, has a chance to win the national championship, and all that has to happen is the right fielder, the second baseman, or the first baseman goes and catches the ball. The second baseman looked like he ruined it for everybody. The right fielder could have caught it. The first baseman could have caught it. The second baseman, the only guy who didn't know how to catch it, is one that caught everybody off. That's a painful thing for Arkansas. Now, I don't buy into the theory that it's over for them now, that they can't win tonight. They can win tonight. Now, if they don't, they'll always remember that moment because, man, it was rough. Can't wait for the new show so we can get the old fiery Brandon Walker again, says Brandon Blair. I think I was fiery enough on this show. Not as fiery as I used to be. But then again, I was probably going to get killed if I maintained my level of firiness. Firiness. Is that a word? No? Yes. Nothing? Okay, thank you very much.
Littiness.
Littiness, yes. All right fielder has to do is call the ball. The right fielder ball all the way. Junior Ray, I agree with that. Martin Smith says that was brutal. No way they recover from that. If they do, they're a tough team. They're a tough team. State recovered from Vanderbilt hitting a walk-off home run in Game 2. I mean, it can happen. It can happen, but, sir, I would favor Oregon State tonight. I mean, Oregon State, probably the better team. So anytime you have a chance to knock out the better team, the more talented team, you need to do it. And if you don't do it, they're going to get up off the mat. You got to knock the champ out. You can't jab them to death. Hail State from Jacksonville, Florida. Where are these people coming from?
I think everyone came back to the office today just for this food.
They give us food on our last day, and there are people
parachuting
into this office to eat our food.
I'll go get some more.
I don't even think she works here.
I've never seen her.
I've never seen her before in my life.
No.
For what it's worth, Arkansas is the SEC team I have no reason to dislike, but I do kind of hope Oregon State wins. Wade Glass. I know that we have a couple of people here, State fans. D. Curtis and Jay Hammers both live in Arkansas and both say it is miserable. They both say living amongst Arkansas fans is absolutely terrible, and I'm sure those two today are all smiles. Well, Shannon Lisenby, Pretzel Day. Well, I like Pretzel Day. Hail State from Columbus, Michael Wright. Checking in from Columbus, Mississippi. Good luck this afternoon, Michael, in Columbus. I hope you don't get shot. Y'all all right? So on today's show, we're going to talk about Nick Fitzgerald's article in Sports Illustrated by Ross Dellinger. Hey, kudos to Ross Dellinger. I don't know if you guys know, he's at Sports Illustrated now. He worked his way up the chain. Ross Dellinger, a Mississippi State grad. I think he got out a little bit before I got into the sports writing business, but Ross Dellinger has worked his way up and is now writing articles for Sports Illustrated about Nick Fitzgerald. Kudos to him. That's very good, and we're going to talk about it. Did I miss the Terp Landshark appearance? No, you did not, Cameron Crockett. That's coming at the end of the show. We're going to save the best for last. I love it when you two are not paying attention to me. You have no idea what I said. Oh, there they are. There they are for right now.
For last. Talk about us.
Yep, there's Landshark with her brushed hair. There's Terp wearing his 2003 Rapper's shirt. Looks like something 50 Cent would have wore in his prime. Yep. I don't know why you're wearing it, but okay.
It's comfy.
We swept Arkansas, lost to OSU 2 times. Go figure, says Stan C. Riddle. I guess we need to get started. So we're going to talk about Fitzgerald. We're going to talk about the article in Sports Illustrated. We'll talk about the state of Mississippi State athletics. Timing is everything, and I'm going to be going into business doing my own show at the highest point in the history of Mississippi State athletics, and we're going to talk about that. And then we'll have a final statement as I kind of detail what the future of this show is at the end of the show. It's going to be a short show, but we will allow – it's going to be a short podcast, but we will allow a longer time at the end of the show that we can get together and talk, hopefully at least 15 minutes, to where we can talk at the end, and, yeah, that'll be it. Terp, by the way,
yeah.
Nate played my old music yesterday. Can you play my new music? Do you have it ready, or do you have my old music ready?
Old music.
Were you? How long will it take you to get my new music ready? It's a very subtle change in there. It's very similar music, but it's just one change. I didn't see if you guys liked it the other day. I didn't see anybody say, oh, I love that music, or oh, I hate that music. Oh, you're stupid. You look like Shrek. We got thumbs up. Let's start the podcast.
It's the More Cowbell Show.
You can wrap this one in maroon and white.
And now, your host of the More Cowbell Show, Brandon Walker.
That's me, More Cowbell, the Mississippi State podcast, presented one last time by SEC Country here in the SEC Country studios. I'm sorry. More Cowbell, the Mississippi State podcast, presented by Terp and Landshark Productions. Thank you guys for all that you do. Let me ring us in here. Apparently people outside that window think that's the dinner bell because they're all eating our food. My name is Brandon Walker. This is our last show on SEC Country. I believe it's our 225th show here on SEC Country, and that will do it. We'll be checking out as SEC Country going away. We had a good run, didn't we? I don't know. Maybe. But SEC Country, not going to be here anymore. The future for Brandon Walker is still going to be tied to this show. I am still doing this show. It's going to look different. It's going to sound different. It's going to feel different. I won't have to answer to corporate. I won't have to apologize for going after people on Twitter anymore. I won't have to say, no, sir, I won't say that to that fat Auburn writer anymore. I will not do that. Instead, I'll do whatever I want. More Cowbell, the Mississippi State podcast here on SEC Country. I'm very, very excited to have this final show. Very excited to be going into my new venture, to be going into what we're going to be doing in the future. The Brandon Walker Studios will be in my house. It will be It will be produced by me. Everything will be done by me. Same show, same format, same excitement, same no-holds-barred stuff with Mississippi State sports. Adele Tabar on the Facebook Live says, did Terp get fired? No, he is here. Well, I mean, he got just as fired as I am. After today, he's out. Is today your last day? Is today your last day?
Yes, today is the last day.
Landshark, is today your last day?
She says yes.
That's it. That's it for us. Today's my last day. When this show is over, I'm folding this, I'm handing it to somebody, I'm giving them my badge, and I'm whistling out the door. Old Andy Griffith theme as I just whistle down the road. I wish I could whistle. I'm a grown man, can't whistle. Did SEC Country have more content than just your podcast? Who knew? Robbie Stevens. Doesn't matter now, does it? On today's show, we're going to talk Nick Fitzgerald. Ross Dellinger of Sports Illustrated wrote a fantastic article on Nick Fitzgerald. We'll discuss that. I think it's got 3 key points in there that we need to talk about. We'll also talk about the state of Mississippi State athletics. I'm going into business for myself on this podcast, and I'm going to be doing it at the greatest time I can possibly do it. Timing is everything in life. And for 2018, 2019, Mississippi State looks to be in as good a shape as it's ever looked in athletics. At the end of the show, I'll kind of detail what I'm going to be doing, what you can do to follow me, and everything from there. Before we go, let me go ahead and tell you, this incredible shirt I'm wearing, this beautiful shirt, I've only worn it twice on the show. It's the second time. It's a Mississippi State logo white shirt. It's a beautiful shirt. Maroon & Company, maroonandco.com, at Maroon & Co. on Twitter and Instagram. Stuff like this is all over their walls and their shelves. They got everything you can possibly have there. They got everything you can possibly want. Great store right off campus. I believe it's the most conveniently located store in Starkville to get this kind of stuff. Maroon & Co. on Highway 12 in Starkville behind Chick-fil-A. Now, Nick Fitzgerald is Mississippi State's starting quarterback. Nick Fitzgerald is Mississippi State's starting quarterback that got injured in the Egg Bowl last year. We all saw it. We don't have to talk about that injury. We all have our own feelings on it, and there's no use of focusing on that. But Ross Dellinger of Sports Illustrated, and I said it earlier, but I won't say it again. Ross Dellinger, a Mississippi State grad who has worked his way up the sports writing ladder and is now at Sports Illustrated. Good for him. He's a fantastic writer and a fantastic beat writer. I've never met him. I have no doubts that he's also a fantastic person. So I have a few takeaways from this article on SI.com written by Ross Dellinger about Nick Fitzgerald. And most of it is detailing Fitzgerald's battle back from injury. It kind of goes into the thought process when the injury happened, the fight to get back, and what the future looks like under Joe Moorhead, his new coach, under the new offensive system that he'll be under for Joe Moorhead in Mississippi State. And that's where I have my 3 things here. And it might be 2 things because I don't see number 2. Number 1, forget what Fitzgerald was under Mullen. He was good. He ran the ball. He's 480 yards away from breaking the all-time SEC record for rushing yards by a quarterback. He was very good, but I feel like for his senior year, he is getting what he deserves, and that's a more forgiving, friendlier offense for the quarterback. It's an offense that I believe will bring the best out of him and will get him more ready for whatever NFL future he may have. This offense will be perfect for Fitzgerald. And you may say, well, they throw it a lot, and they throw it down the field a lot. Trace McSorley threw it like 200, 300 more times than Fitzgerald did last year, and I'd say to that, exactly. Exactly. He's not going to be used as a battering ram anymore. He's not going to be used as the short yardage running back. He's not going to be used as a bull. Do you know how hard it is? How hard it is to be a quarterback when for the previous 3 plays you've been a running back? Here, 1st and 10, run 3 yards. Then run 3 yards again. Oh, now you got to throw it 20 yards. You know how hard that is? And how could you possibly judge his accuracy or his maturation as a quarterback if he's running it every other down, he's a short yardage running back, and then all of a sudden he's throwing to tiny receivers who can't get open? That's a bad recipe for passing the ball down the field. And Mullen didn't want to really pass the ball down the field. He wanted to use play action. He wanted to, set up Nick Fitzgerald and Aries Williams and run, and then pop a big pass every now and then. That's not the case. Moorhead's going to spread everything out. They're going to open everything out. Those running lanes that weren't really there for Fitzgerald last year, instead of running right into the arms of an open defensive tackle or linebacker, everything's going to be spread out, and the lanes will be there again. I really think this is a lot better for Nick Fitzgerald. I think everything makes a lot of sense. He was asked about the new offense, and in the article he said, a lot less hitting my head up the middle against a wall. You can only take 30 carries a game for so long. That is from Nick Fitzgerald's mouth himself. He said that. Added to the fact he's got better targets. Stephen Guidry will be here this year. Devontae Jason will be here this year. Receiver was a problem last year. Even the ones, Donald Gray and Gabe Miles, who were pretty good at times, were hurt most of the year. So he didn't have any good receivers, and then the ones he had were hurt. So it was rough. This offense under Moorhead made stars out of the Fordham quarterback and Trace McSorley at Penn State. Fitzgerald has 5 inches and 30 pounds on both of them. 5 inches and 30 pounds and a stronger arm than both of them. Think about that. Andrew Briner, the quarterback's coach, he believes the 2 statistics most relevant to winning and losing games are turnover margin and explosive plays. That means don't turn it over, get your defense to get it turned over, and have explosive plays. If you can do those 2 things, you're going to win more football games. We've got the defense for the turnover margin. We've got the defense to go out and get the ball. We've got Mark McLaurin, who led the SEC in interceptions. We got Montez Sweat, who led the SEC in sacks. We got the defense to force turnovers and get the ball back. What we lacked last year was explosive plays. Fitzgerald ran, I think, 4 or 5 times for 70-plus yards in 2016. Last year, I don't think he did it once because you didn't have to respect it. You didn't have to respect the passing game. You can have 9 or 10 guys up there just waiting to catch Nick Fitzgerald at the line of scrimmage. I don't think you can do that anymore. The creativity, the uniqueness of this offense is going to open everything up, and I think Nick Fitzgerald caught a blessing when Dan Mullen left, and he doesn't have to be a battering ram anymore. Fitzgerald, with a more wide-open system, opens him up for bigger plays. Kylan Hill, emerging in the running back position, opens him up for bigger plays. Malik Deer returning, opens that up for bigger plays. I think explosive plays will return to the offense this year. Last thing on this article. There's a couple of paragraphs talking about Dan Mullen actually leaving. A couple of paragraphs where, Nick Fitzgerald says, there's always been rumors, but he's never left. And then all of a sudden Nick Fitzgerald says this. There were so many rumors every year. He told our team, I'm not going anywhere. The Sunday after the loss to Ole Miss, Mullen met briefly with players. He came in and said, I'm leaving, and walked out of the room. So when Dan Mullen left, I was understanding. I said, you know what, 9 years you gave us, you built the program. Thank you. Go wherever you're going to go. Hopefully we get a good coach. Now, hindsight is 2020. We did get a good coach. I can tell you that almost without reservation. I know he hasn't coached a game yet, but I feel very good about what Joe Moorhead is and who he is, and I'm glad he is here. But in the aftermath of Mullen leaving, I was always like, well, just wish him luck. He's gone. Let's just worry about us. I'm not worried about the way he left. But reading this 7 or 8 months later, what a punk. What an awful move. 9 years you give these players. Nick Fitzgerald goes out there, breaks his leg for you. Nick Fitzgerald runs the ball up the middle 300 times. And you stupidly run your quarterback that many times, and Nick Fitzgerald goes to war for you, and you come in and say, all right, guys, peace, I'm gone. I guess it's been 8 months, and I can finally say this. I said it the other day on the show. I'm going to say it again. Thank you, Dan Mullen, for leaving. I believe your departure has opened up many possibilities for our offense, our program, our recruiting, and everything going forward. You did a good job building it, but your ceiling was too low, and you were bumping your head on it. Joe Moorhead has no ceiling. It's now a convertible. We're flying with the top down. We're good. We're good. You go down there and build your little house with the ceiling down there in Florida where you can't recruit, where Mark Richt is killing you, where Kirby Smart is killing you, and Florida fans are looking around saying, well, I thought Florida could recruit itself. I thought it was Starkville, Mississippi that was a problem. No, it wasn't. It was John Hevesy. It was Dan Mullen. It was Gonzalez. It was all those guys. Y'all have fun. So, timing is everything in life. Taking stock of Mississippi State where they are. I'm going to be soon going into business for myself. I'll be selling the ads for this show. I'll be doing everything for this show. And this show could have been a huge moneymaker for SEC Country. They just didn't really sell it. They sold other shows that aren't nearly as interesting as mine or as handsome as me. They sold other shows, and mine was just kind of the stepchild. But guess what? Not the stepchild anymore. I'm going to be selling it. I'm going to be profiting off of it, and it's going to be big. Timing is everything. Mississippi State sports heading into the summer on the heels of one of the best academic years of all time. One of the best academic years of all time. College World Series, NIT Final Four, a win in a bowl game, 9-win season in football, and national championship game appearance in women's basketball. It's hard to get better than that, but guess what? We're going to test that very quickly because next year, 2018-19, next year is going to be heading into the season, one of the most promising campaigns ever for Mississippi State sports across the board. Football will be a top 15 team, slam dunk, coming out in preseason. Men's basketball will be a top 20, top 25 team in the preseason. They are finally about to turn the corner. Women's basketball will be top 10, probably a national title contender. If they're not a national title contender this year, they will be the next year. Baseball, top 10 national title contender. That's how good they can be. The lineup's coming back. They've got the experience. They've got the guts. They've got everything you need. Find a little pitching. Hopefully we hit the coaching hire right. But make no mistake, baseball will be a top 10 team in the preseason, as will women's basketball. Men's basketball, top 20. Football, top 15. I didn't even mention tennis, which went very deep in the NCAA tournament this year. I didn't mention anybody else, but those 4 teams are in very good shape for the future. They are looking good for the future. What a time to be alive. What a time to be a Mississippi State sports fan. What a time to be doing all of this. Mississippi State in great shape, and I'm glad I've been able to enjoy the ride of the women's basketball rise to prominence, of baseball, this incredible run they just have. And I really believe we're on the precipice of bigger things. There's been so many times in our life where for a moment, we felt this utter joy that we've been feeling lately. For a moment, we felt it. In 96 in men's basketball, in 98 winning the West in football, many times in baseball. For a moment, we've always felt it. This feels like a sustained period of that feeling. There's excitement here that we've felt briefly at times, and now this excitement is permeating through the entire athletic building, and it's incredible. Mississippi State sports is just different now. Now, more Cowbell, the Mississippi State podcast presented by SEC Country. That's the last time I will ever say that. First of all, thank you to SEC Country. I came to Georgia in 2016, and I was the editor of a small paper in the Northwest Georgia mountains, and I was bored to death. I was absolutely bored to death. I drove down, I was a close drive to Atlanta, but I would go into work every day and just look at Six Pack Speak, look at Elite Dogs, look at everything, Gene's Page, and that's how I spent my day. I just was wishing I was back in sports. I was missing it. I was missing Mississippi. I was missing everything. SEC Country comes along, and they're looking for an editor who can be over their coverage of Florida and Tennessee. I hate Florida and Tennessee, but hey, if you guys are going to pay me, I'll go ahead and do it. So I did it. I really enjoyed my time there. I started in November 2016 as a freelancer. Quickly was made full-time in January 2017, and about 6 weeks into working here, they had a Georgia podcast. They had other podcasts. I said, hey, I have my own show that I'm doing on the side. Can I come do it here? They said, yeah. So we started doing it in the studio on floor 3. It was okay. And then, I guess March or maybe May of last year, we came up here and they gave me Terp, they gave me Land Shark, and all of a sudden we had a show. All of a sudden we had a show, and everything was firing on all cylinders, and it was fun. It was fun to come to work every single day. If you don't do that, do whatever in your power you can to do it, because I did not really consider this work. I come in here, I do a show, I talk Mississippi State sports, I make a lot of jokes, and that is my day. I get paid for that. That was incredible. That was absolutely incredible. But it's over now. Fine, whatever. Cox Media Group decides they don't want to have SEC Country anymore. Means I'm out of work, 39 years old, 4 kids. Yay, that's very exciting. So here's what I'm going to do. I've already got a job doing something on the side, but my real passion is doing this show. I'm going to continue doing this show. Here's the thing. You can get sports writing about Mississippi State. You can go out and get a subscription to a paper, or you can go to, whistlesports.com. I don't know. Anywhere you want to go and get Mississippi State sports or get college sports in written form. But here's the thing. It's boring. It's boring sports writers around Mississippi State. They are boring. They don't really give you anything. I like everybody personally. But I believe it's not them. It's sports media and sports fandom, which I'm a part of, has evolved past sports writing. I think it's evolved past it. You can get sports writing. You can even get podcasts out there. There are podcasts out there. But until I came along, they gave me this, you could not get a daily video presence with instant feedback. We can talk to each other right now about Mississippi State sports. I, a passionate Mississippi State fan, you, a passionate Mississippi State fan, we can instantly come together and talk about this and have fun with this. I think that's the future of sports media. I think that connection that we've had that we've built is the future of sports media. Yeah, you can read whatever you want in the Tupelo Daily Journal. You can read wherever you like, but at the end of the day, that's not enough anymore. You got to have this. You got to have this right here. That's the wrong logo. You got to have this right here. You got to have it, and I got it, and I'm going to keep having it. You don't want to be pandered to. You don't want Mr. I'm better than you because you're a sports writer. You want honest feedback, honest thoughts about Mississippi State. You also don't want somebody who's going to roll over to Ole Miss and Auburn and Alabama and let Mississippi State get disrespected, and I'm not going to do that. I'm a fan. I'm one of you, and this instant connection, this instant interaction, this honesty that we share is going to continue. That's why, starting July 9th at 7 o'clock Central Time, the show will return July 9th, 7 o'clock Central Time. More Cowbell under Brandon Walker Enterprises. Brandon Walker Enterprises will be back July 9th, 7 p.m. Central Time. I know that I've got many people here that I would like to thank. It's going to be hard because there's so many regulars on this Facebook Live. So many regulars. I'm going to name some, and I know I'm not going to get to all of them, and I'm sorry if I don't get to you, but Jay Hammer, Steve C., Bonnie Williamson Gable, Grace Thacker Good, Lynn Rhodes Gilmer, Jeremiah Body, Jessica M. Balsley. There's just so many. Kenny Manning, Chad Mask, Brian Sisk, Michael Clyburn. So many people that have reached out to me recently have been very, very good. I have been very, very strong supporters of this show. I'm reading it now. Daniel Martin, I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you who have been a regular. If I have not mentioned your name, I am sorry. My mind is going a million miles a minute right now, so I'm having trouble coming up with the names. But just know that if you have been a regular on the show, Dr. Charlie Cooper, others, I appreciate you. I thank you. It's going to continue. This logo on my chest, I'm going to continue representing for that. I'm going to keep the show going, and that will be that. Now, I'm going to end the podcast very shortly. I will have we will keep the Facebook Live going till 12:30 or 11:30 where you are. Bill Anderson, Trey Adcock, thank you very much. Andy Atkinson, all these guys. I've never seen Andy Atkinson here actually, but yeah. So those are some more guys that have been here through thick and thin. I'm going to continue the Facebook Live until 12:30 Eastern Time, 11:30 your time. I'm going to go and drop you off on the podcast right now. For now, my name is Brandon Walker. And you've been listening to More Cowbell, the Mississippi State podcast that used to be presented by SEC Country. All right. I don't really get emotional unless one of my dogs die or Mississippi State loses a close game or an important game or an unimportant game. That's the only reason I ever get emotional. Here's to new beginnings, says Wade Glass. Eric Lee says you are much appreciated. Thank you very much. Ready for the new show, Hugh J. Hubbard. So you want to come out here, Landshark? Y'all want to go one by one, or y'all want to do it together? Oh, you're both coming out here. Oh, here comes 50 Cent himself. Boy, I don't know why you're wearing that shirt. So let me move over. We're going to bring in the producers. If you have anything to say to the producers, please. We got Landshark, Hannah Chalker. Hannah Chalker, Landshark. There she is. You are an Ole Miss fan, correct?
Why I'm wearing red today?
First of all, that doesn't look red. It looks pink. Yes! Yes, that's what I'm talking about. I like it. I like it. So, this is Terp. This is Michael Shalaba. Terp, who got a very unfortunate haircut yesterday. I'm not going to bring that up. I just did. So, Hannah Chalker, my question to you is, did you ever think you would enjoy working? Oh, wait, hold on. Let me go back. Did you enjoy working on a Mississippi State podcast?
Surprisingly, yeah.
Somebody. All right. First comment is Jim Call saying, "Landshark, you're pretty." Nobody said Terp is pretty. Nobody said Terp is pretty at all. I like the shirt. This is a JB Holloway design. I don't. Yeah, look at that. He's got his Hail State shirt on. That is fantastic. See, that's pandering to a crowd. You're not doing that. Terp, where are you going after this?
The Big Apple, New York City.
We really should have planned this better and brought multiple mics. Really should have brought multiple mics. If I had better producers, we would have done that, right? So, Landshark, what's next for you?
I have interviews all next week at some undisclosed awesome sports places, and then we'll see.
I wasn't listening, but I know that wherever you go, you will do an adequate average job, and we'll be just fine. Congratulations on your wedding. July 28th, you'll be getting married to an Auburn grad. So that's an Ole Miss. That's an Ole Miss girl marrying an Auburn grad. So that is destined for failure. Anything else you'd like to say to our Mississippi State audience, Landshark?
It's been really fun. I had a lot when they told me that I had to be on the show and produce the Mississippi State show. I was kind of not excited about it, but all of the viewers and the interactions, and of course you and Terp, made it really fun. I really looked forward to it every day.
Now, Terp, so when we started, I was just out here doing it myself. It was just me and the microphone, but I quickly learned that I had to have somebody to talk to, somebody in the mic to talk to, somebody like Nate over there.
Hi, Brandon.
Hey, Nate, don't ever talk again.
I won't.
Good.
I probably will, but
Thanks.
not after today.
Okay, stop. So Nate's over there doing Terp's position right now because Terp's out here. But Terp, so I needed somebody to talk to, and I really appreciated it. What are your thoughts on being on the show?
So I never saw myself as like a personality on any of these shows, just kind of a behind the glass kind of guy. But I love it. I mean, I like being able to talk about my northern abilities and my lack of southern food knowledge, and just being with everyone.
That's great. You did not ask for permission to wear that ridiculous necklace. Why are you wearing that necklace? Thank you very much. No, that's even worse. That's even worse. You look very connected today. My wife graduated from Ole Miss as Ken and Renee Williams. I graduated from State. She is the smarter one in the family. She married me. That's pretty right. That's pretty good. Make Landshark ring that cowbell. You gonna ring the cowbell? All right. First of all, it's a very loud cowbell. That's an awful loud cowbell. Yeah, the battle bell. It's a very good cowbell. Yeah, high quality bell.
I did it though.
No, you cannot. Terp is like the black woman on Howard Stern's show. I believe that's Robin, right? So you were like Robin. Of course you don't know who it is. I don't know who it is either. Well, I know the show. Howard Stern does a show. But also it could be like I'm Batman and you're Robin. Although I don't know if you would rise to the level of Robin.
Or like Fat Man.
I love Terp's shirt. Says Crystal White. You know, Jay Stubbs says, well, hell, I thought Terp was Asian. He's half Asian, aren't you? You're half Korean, right? A quarter Korean. How do you get to that? How do you decide? Your grandmother was Korean? Is that right? Well, first of all, come in. First of all, Hannah, you're going to knock the TV down. Okay. I just want to tell you right now, if you're watching, if you've ever wondered why is SEC Country closing, I give you this. Look at this collection of non-talent right here. I've got Shehan Jayaraja. I've got Patrick Shanley walking in. I've got Connor Riley. And I've got Cody Knapp. Cody Knapp wearing a Georgia shirt on my show, and I swear to God, I will slap you in front of God and everybody out here, Cody. So this is the crew behind the scenes. Although you're not really on my show, I have no idea why. You're not behind the scenes of my show. You don't work on my show. Neither do you. Why are you in here? You post my show on Facebook. Oh, that's why it's been such a disaster on Facebook. So this is the SEC Country crew. We're all fired today, huh? All right. Oh, okay. No. Oh, bunch of white guys and one Sri Lankan. All right. Somebody asked for a Cesar update before I sign off. I will do that very quickly. Are you guys coming to say something, or are you just here? Okay. Thank you very much. I want to say this before I go, and you think I'm going to get emotional. I just want to say thank you for bringing me these, because I've been watching out there, and those people have been going through this stuff. They don't even work here. They ran us off a ping pong table 2 weeks ago, and now they're up here eating our food. They're eating my food on my last day, and I can't handle it. So thank you for bringing that. Now, if you guys we'll go ahead and exit. I'm going to have my final goodbye. This is a protest. This is a sit-in now. Okay, very good. Very good. Oh, my God. Connor's wearing the top knot. Connor's wearing the top knot. That's ridiculous. All right. That's Connor Riley. He worked on breaking news for SEC Country. So did Corey Knapp back there. The one in the Georgia shirt, the one that looks like he's 11 years old. I'm sorry. One of the ones who looks like he's 11 years old. He bowls with a 6-pound ball. That's Shehan Jayaraja. You're moving to Dallas? Moving back to Dallas? Good for you. And Patrick Shanley is not in the shot. But he did some stuff. He did graphic work. Right? The photo stuff on here. You did that for us, right? Some of them. Yeah, I know it was a disaster. Okay. Guys, thank you very much. I appreciate it. You guys gonna just keep standing there? I would like for you to not stand there anymore so I could focus on the show. Not you, Terp. You get to say bye. All right, Terp. I'm gonna have my own moment, but you can you say whatever you want.
Thank you to the audience. Hail State and go Terps.
That was fantastic. That is how you do it. That is how you do it. He says Hail State. He's wearing the Hail State shirt. He's got the Mississippi logo on his chest. Now, Landshark, I want you to say exactly what is in your heart about Mississippi State. Well, unfortunately, we have run out of time. No, I'm serious, Landshark. Go ahead and talk to him. So, what I was thinking was, all right.
No, seriously, your fans are not as smelly as I thought. And I really appreciated the love from some, not all, of the people that watched your show. And I have a final hottie toddy from the school up north.
All right. Let's go over some comments. Thanks to all of you for making this show great. Oh, boy. Why did Landshark choose to go to Ole Miss? Because she couldn't get into Georgia. Is that right? Is that right? Oh, you telling me I'm number one? Okay. Oh, boy. You know what? She's a good gal. She's a good gal. She doesn't know what she's saying. Bye, Landshark. I will miss your beautiful smile, says James King. It's been damn fun, says Jason Brinson. She lost me at Hottie Toddy, says Joy D. She loses everybody at Hottie Toddy. But she did say Hottie Toddy. I'll overlook it. She did good work for us on the show. She did fine. Dan Glenn says, I have a little tear. Yeah, Landshark's gone forever. I'm surprised she actually sat back down to finish working. I thought as soon as you walked out of here, you were peacing out. But as I see, there's a hurricane outside of our office right now, so even if we want to leave, we probably don't need to. Looking rough out there. So, like I said, Monday, July 9th, I'll be doing the show. I'll be doing the show from my house. It'll be different, but I've invested heavily in some software and some stuff that will allow me to maintain the level of production that we've had here at SEC Country. And, so let's spend 5 minutes. You guys can, we'll just do it like we do every day. Let's talk. Let's talk about whatever you'd like to talk about. I thought I heard the mic come on. Did you have something to say?
I don't, but we can talk about stuff if you want.
No, I'd really rather not.
You want me to come out there and let the state fans see my beautiful face?
All right, can I get a thumbs up or thumbs down? Would you like to see Nate? I suggest you answer no. Nate's been on the show several times, and he does produce the show well. I like when Nate's on. We have a good rapport. He's played music for me before. I like Nate, but if you'd like to see him, you can see him, but you don't have to. Let me stress that. Let me stress that as hard as I can. You don't have to see this guy. Dang it, Jessica M. Bosley and James King and Steve C. What is wrong with you people? All right.
Here he comes.
Here he comes.
Nate Dogg. Oh, my God.
That's Nate. That is the whitest human being I've ever seen. Yes, absolutely. Put that down. What was the ring? Okay, I'm all right. We're good. Say, hey, Wave bye. That's Nate. He's from Seattle. Yeah. That's the space. Okay, Nate. All right. Thanks. Boy, oh boy. Can't wait for more Cowbell, the uncensored version. We almost got it just now. Martin Smith says Popeyes or KFC because Martin knows.
Popeyes.
They're both good. Why can't they both just be good?
KFC is not good.
Why can't you just like both?
Because it's not good.
I don't understand. People get madder about chicken restaurants than anything in the world. They get so mad about chicken restaurants. If I say I like KFC better than Popeyes, if I say I like Raising Cane's better than Zaxby's, people want to live under the one chicken restaurant. They want to live in a chick-tatorship. They want to live under a chick-tator. They do not want a democracy of chicken where we can all go somewhere and enjoy our own chicken. I love all chicken restaurants. I thought of chick-tatorship about 5 minutes ago, and I was just dying to use it, so thank you.
Not bad.
Popeyes all day. Popeyes. Bill Anderson says, oh, my God, I just wrecked my truck. First of all, Bill, I'm not sure you should be driving your truck and watching this show. That seems dangerous. But thank you. JT Ginn hasn't signed. It's looking more like he's going to end up in Starkville. That would be great. That would be great. But then again, if he does sign, good for him too. KFC sucks, but I'll eat it, says Kenny Manning. Doesn't like it, but he'll eat it. I mean, it's fried chicken. At the end of the day, it's fried chicken, all right? Baseline fried chicken is still better than a lot of food. Chick-fil-A is better than any of those. I don't disagree with that, Terry Williams Graham. Chick-tatorship, perfect, D. Curtis. Great show. I've enjoyed it, says Franklin Denham. We'll definitely be looking to the next one. Thank you very much. Thank you. Until you tried Connie's, there will be a debate. I have tried Connie's in Tupelo, Mississippi, and it's okay. It's okay. I'll tell you another one. Danny's Fried Chicken in Niceville, Florida. I think Danny's is along the coast, maybe in Louisiana too, but Danny's Fried Chicken in Niceville, Florida, also very good. Break out a chicken on a stick like Walker Brandon III, Kurt Dickens. Brandon, favorite Bulldog moment in your time at SEC Country? Heather J. Hammers. Got to be Morgan William. I think, in fact, the first more Cowbell on SEC Country happened the day after Mississippi State beat Baylor to go to the Final Four. That means our first week culminated in Morgan William beating UConn last year. Now, this baseball run was really, really, really good. Really good. It was very memorable and very helpful to me as it kept my momentum as a show going. This baseball run was incredible, but I would have to say Morgan William, definitely. Is Nate going back to the Pacific Northwest? Nate, you going back to the PNW?
No, I'm not. I actually, I'm going to be spending this season working with the New York Giants.
Really? You going? That makes me mad.
Be mad.
Makes you mad.
I have an in.
I know you have an in. I know you have an in.
But I got the job on my own merit.
Your name is Nate Gelman, right? What's the name of the general manager of the New York Giants?
Schmitty Warbenman Jensen.
You can Google that if you'd like.
Smitty.
All right. We're about to go, so let me have my moment. Church's has the best biscuits. Best chicken is from any place after 1 a.m. Cesar update. Thank you very much. Cesar's fine. Cesar is getting back. He's starting to do work for movies and stuff. His right arm is still in bad shape, but he came to work the other day. After I had left, he came up here and talked to people. So he has gotten through a really hard part of his recovery, and it's all, I mean, he's still got to have some work done, but he's going to live through it, and he's going to be better for it. So Cesar has come a long way in the last 6 months. Now, it's time for us to get out of here. It is time for us to get out of here. My name is Brandon Walker. Thank you for the last 2 years, the last 225 shows. I appreciate it. It has built confidence in me. It has built a program and has built a template of what I would like to see in the future. This show, stuff like this, is the future of sports media, and I'm going to bring it to Mississippi. I'm going to start it on July 9th, 7 o'clock Central Time. That's July 9th, 7 o'clock Central Time. More Cowbell will be back. It'll be new. It'll be better. It'll be me. It'll be uncut, raw, and uncensored. My name is Brandon Walker. Thank you for watching. You've been watching More Cowbell, the Mississippi State podcast presented by SEC Country.